Welcome, dear friends, to a peaceful journey through the wondrous world of Dragon Ball, a universe that began with the dreams of one man, Akira Toriyama, and transformed into a global phenomenon, captivating hearts across generations. From the first moment Goku set off on his adventure to the iconic battles, transformations, and bonds between characters, Dragon Ball has become more than just an anime. It's a legacy of growth, lost strength, and the enduring power of friendship. Tonight, we'll gently explore 160 fascinating facts about this beloved series. We'll uncover the origins of its most iconic characters, the secrets behind the world of the Dragon Balls, and the magic that made Dragon Ball one of the most influential stories ever told. As you settle into a state of calm, allow your breath to soften, your shoulders to release their tension, and your mind to drift with the warm embrace of this story. Let the gentle rhythm of each fact guide you into a deeper relaxation, like a quiet lullaby of nostalgia and wonder. Let go of the day and feel the peace settle around you. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, let's begin as we take our first steps into the world of Dragon Ball. Fact 1. In the quiet beginnings of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama originally envisioned the story as a simple adventure inspired by the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West. Goku, the cheerful, innocent child with a tail, was loosely based on the novel's central character, the Monkey King. This blend of fantasy, adventure, and a bit of mischief quickly turned into something far greater, capturing the hearts of fans worldwide. Imagine, in the quiet hours of creation, Toriyama's gentle brushstrokes shaping the world that would later become one of the most iconic anime franchises of all time. Fact 2. The first Dragon Ball episode aired in Japan on February 26, 1986, on the Fuji TV network. That first episode, The Secret of the Dragon Balls, quietly introduced viewers to a young Goku and his newfound friend Bulma, setting the stage for an epic journey. It was here in the peaceful hum of early animation that the magic of Dragon Ball began to stir, offering a world of adventure, humor, and heartwarming moments that would grow far beyond its origins. Fact 3. One of the most iconic features of Dragon Ball is the Dragon Balls themselves. These magical spheres, scattered across the earth, are said to grant any wish when gathered together. But did you know that their creation was inspired by the Chinese concept of wish-fulfilling jewels from ancient mythology? Toriyama drew from various cultural tales and legends, adding his own touch of fantasy to create a central motif that has captivated fans for decades. Fact 4. When Dragon Ball first started, the show's animation style was notably different from what we see today. The characters were initially drawn with much softer, rounded features. Goku's iconic spiky hair wasn't always as wild as it would later become. Early sketches show a much more restrained, subtle design. Over time, these soft shapes evolved into the sharper, bolder figures that are now synonymous with Dragon Ball, matching the series' growing energy and intensity. Fact 5. The character of Goku, despite his immense strength and legendary power, was always meant to be a humble, innocent soul. His childlike innocence and thirst for adventure were key components of his character from the very beginning. Toriyama's decision to create a protagonist with such purity of heart helped to define Goku's role not just as a fighter, but as a symbol of growth, both physically and emotionally. Fact 6. In the early Dragon Ball episodes, Goku's origin was shrouded in mystery. It wasn't until later that fans discovered the truth. He was a Saiyan, a warrior race from the distant planet Vegeta. His tail, which he often used for balance and combat, was a telltale sign of his alien heritage. This revelation added an exciting layer of complexity to Goku's character and set the stage for his legendary transformations into Super Saiyan. Fact 7. Toriyama's inspiration for Goku's famous Kamehameha wave, a move that has become synonymous with Dragon Ball, came from a much simpler source. The move's name comes from the Hawaiian king Kamehameha I, and the concept was inspired by the traditional martial arts movies Toriyama loved. But it was the simplicity and power of the move that made it so iconic. Fans have spent decades replicating the gesture, feeling the energy of the move in their own hands. Fact 8. It wasn't just Goku who became an iconic figure. Bulma, the quick-witted and resourceful inventor, was just as pivotal to the success of Dragon Ball. Initially, Bulma was intended to be more of a secondary character. But as the story progressed, her intelligence, courage, and sense of humor gave her a special place in the hearts of fans. Her strong will and emotional depth made her a perfect foil to Goku's innocence. Fact 9. Did you know that the Dragon Ball series has inspired a variety of real-life events? In 1997, the Dragon Ball Z anime held its first major international convention in the United States. Fans from all over the world gathered, sharing their love for the characters and the world Toriyama had created. It marked the beginning of the Dragon Ball fandom's global expansion, and since then, conventions have been held worldwide, where fans come together to celebrate their favorite series and meet the voices and creators behind it. Fact 10. The first major story arc in Dragon Ball is the Emperor Pilaf saga, which sets the stage for everything that follows. It introduces not only the Dragon Balls, but also some of the series' first villains, such as Emperor Pilaf and his loyal minions. While their presence is lighthearted and comical, this arc laid the foundation for the epic battles and emotional journeys to come. As the story grows in depth, the tone of Dragon Ball shifts from innocence to intense adventure, mirroring Goku's own growth. Fact 11. As Dragon Ball grew in popularity, so did its rich lore and complex world building. The series introduced many unique characters, each with their own backstories, desires, and dreams. One standout example is Master Roshi, the wise and eccentric martial arts master who trained Goku and Krillin. His wisdom and humor have made him a fan favorite. Despite his playful, often comical demeanor, Roshi is one of the oldest and most respected figures in the Dragon Ball universe. His teachings were instrumental in shaping the very foundation of Goku's martial arts skills. Fact 12. The first Dragon Ball movie, Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies, was released in 1986, just months after the anime's debut. This film marked a new chapter in the Dragon Ball universe, offering fans a deeper dive into the story's world through an expanded adventure. Though it differs somewhat from the main series' tone, this movie laid the groundwork for the many films that would follow. The movie's colorful animation, whimsical characters, and thrilling plot quickly captured the imagination of fans, further solidifying the Dragon Ball franchise's place in pop culture. Fact 13. The character of Goku was initially planned to be quite different. In early drafts, Goku was to be more serious and less childlike, perhaps even more like a typical superhero. But as Toriyama continued developing the story, he decided to make Goku more innocent and carefree, mirroring the playful spirit of the original Monkey King from Journey to the West. This change allowed Goku's character to be more relatable and emotionally accessible, and it gave him the warmth that has made him beloved by fans around the world. Fact 14: The Dragon Ball Z Saga, which began in 1989, marked a major shift in the series' tone and narrative style. The introduction of the Saiyan Saga, with its intense battles and stakes, signaled a more dramatic turn. The transformation of Goku into a Super Saiyan during his fight with Frieza is one of the most iconic moments in anime history. This transformation, which signified both physical and emotional growth, became a symbol of strength, determination, and the unyielding will to protect those you love. It changed the Dragon Ball universe forever. Fact 15: One of the most enduring features of the Dragon Ball series is its epic battles. The combat isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. Each fight reflects the internal struggles and growth of the characters involved. For Goku, fighting is not about defeating an enemy for the sake of victory, but rather a means to push himself further, to break through his own limitations. This mindset resonates deeply with fans, offering a lesson in perseverance, inner strength, and the importance of never giving up, no matter the odds. Fact 16: Vegeta, the proud Saiyan prince, has one of the most compelling character arcs in Dragon Ball. Initially introduced as an antagonist during the Saiyan saga, Vegeta was driven by a desire for power and dominance. However, over the course of the series, Vegeta's character undergoes a profound transformation. His pride and arrogance give way to humility, and his love for his family becomes his driving force. His complex relationship with Goku, rivalry mixed with respect, has been a defining element of the series, and his growth from villain to hero is one of the most satisfying character journeys in anime. Fact 17: The transformation of the Saiyans into Super Saiyans is one of the most fascinating elements of the Dragon Ball universe. The first Super Saiyan transformation, which happens during the fight between Goku and Frieza, was an emotional release for Goku, representing his grief and rage over the death of his beloved friend, Krillin. This transformation, marked by golden hair and an immense power boost, became an iconic moment not just in Dragon Ball, but in anime history. The power and symbolism of the Super Saiyan form have been an enduring part of the series' appeal. Fact 18: Another remarkable aspect of Dragon Ball is its recurring themes of friendship and teamwork. While Goku is undeniably the central figure, many of the most memorable moments in the series involve the bond between the Z fighters. Characters like Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and others each have their own personal struggles and victories, but they come together to fight for a common goal. The sense of camaraderie that flows through the series reminds viewers of the power of working together, even when the world seems impossible to conquer alone. Fact 19: The series' iconic transformations, like the Super Saiyan and the subsequent levels of power, are visually striking, but they also hold significant symbolic meaning. These transformations often represent the character's emotional growth, inner turmoil, and breaking free from personal limitations. Goku's rise to Super Saiyan 3, for example, is not only a visual spectacle, but also an emotional turning point in the battle against Majin Buu. These transformations reflect the internal battles each character faces, whether it's overcoming fear, grief, or the need to protect others, and are a testament to Dragon Ball's deep connection to its fans. Fact 20. Over the years, Dragon Ball has spawned an incredible array of merchandise, from action figures and video games to clothing and collectibles. One of the most notable products is the Dragon Ball Z video game franchise. The first Dragon Ball Z video game, released in 1986, was a simple action game, but it paved the way for countless others. Over the years, the games have evolved, with titles like Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Dragon Ball Xenoverse offering fans the chance to step into the shoes of their favorite characters and relive iconic battles in interactive ways. These games have brought the world of Dragon Ball to life in ways that are both nostalgic and thrilling. Fact 21. The introduction of the character Trunks was a pivotal moment in Dragon Ball Z. Trunks, the son of Vegeta and Bulma, was initially seen as a sweet and strong young boy, but his first major appearance in the Android Saga changed everything. Trunks' transformation into a Super Saiyan at such a young age was a profound moment in the series. His bravery and strength, tempered by his deep love for his family, earned him the respect of the entire Dragon Ball universe. Trunks' evolution as a fighter and a person reflects the central theme of growth that runs through the series. Fact 22. The Dragon Ball franchise is known for its iconic villains, and one of the most memorable is the tyrant Frieza. As the main antagonist of the Namek saga, Frieza's cold cruelty and desire for absolute power made him one of the most feared characters in anime history. His battle with Goku, which culminates in Goku's first Super Saiyan transformation, is a defining moment for both characters. Frieza's legacy as one of the greatest villains in the series is cemented by the complex relationship he shares with Goku, filled with both hatred and unspoken respect. Fact 23. Goku's famous, often imitated Kamehameha wave wasn't always the only iconic attack in Dragon Ball. As the series progressed, the characters developed their own unique moves. For instance, Vegeta's final flash, a powerful blast that unleashes all his energy, was introduced during his battle with Perfect Cell. The final flash is a visual spectacle, and its overwhelming power reflects the emotional growth of Vegeta, who was once a ruthless warrior. These signature moves not only make each character unique, but also symbolize the deep connections between their emotional growth and their fighting style. Fact 24. The Dragon Ball franchise is not just known for its powerful warriors, but also for its moments of heartwarming tranquility. One of the most touching moments in the series occurs when Goku, after saving the Earth countless times, is finally given the opportunity to rest. This happens after the defeat of Majin Buu, during which Goku and his friends share a peaceful moment. It's a reminder that even in the world of constant battle, moments of peace and rest are vital, and that true strength comes from finding balance between fighting and finding peace. Fact 25. One of the most iconic features of Dragon Ball Z is the martial arts tournaments, which have become a staple of the series. The World Martial Arts Tournament, in particular, has brought together some of the most epic battles in Dragon Ball history. From Goku's first fight against Jackie Chun to his fierce showdown with Tien and Piccolo, the tournaments serve as a backdrop for character development, showcasing their growth and the bonds they form. These tournaments, filled with action, strategy, and heart, have become some of the most unforgettable moments in the series. Fact 26. The Dragon Ball universe is vast, and it is filled with numerous planets, each with its own rich history. One such planet is Namek, home of the Namekians. Namek played a crucial role in Dragon Ball Z during the Namek saga, when Goku and his friends traveled there to collect the Dragon Balls and defeat Frieza. Namek, with its green skies and unique landscapes, has become one of the most beloved locations in the series. The planet is also home to some of the most powerful beings in the universe, like the wise Guru and the noble Piccolo. Fact 27. In Dragon Ball, the concept of power levels plays a significant role, especially in the early sagas. These power levels are a measure of a character's strength, and they were often used to compare the abilities of different fighters. One of the most memorable early uses of power levels is when the Scouter, an advanced technology used to measure power, was introduced. The iconic moment when Vegeta, while fighting Goku, remarks that Goku's power level has exceeded expectations was one of the first indications that Goku was far more powerful than anyone had anticipated. Fact 28. Though many of the battles in Dragon Ball are fast paced and intense, the series also emphasizes the importance of strategy. Characters often face seemingly unbeatable foes, but it is their intelligence and resourcefulness that allows them to overcome challenges. For instance, when Goku faces off against Frieza, he doesn't just rely on sheer strength, but also on his wits and the willpower to push beyond his limits. These moments remind us that strength is not just about power, but about finding inner resolve and the wisdom to rise above adversity. Fact 29. The introduction of the character Piccolo, originally an enemy, is one of the most heartwarming transformations in Dragon Ball. As the series progresses, Piccolo becomes one of Goku's closest allies and a father figure to Goku's son, Gohan. His evolution from antagonist to hero is marked by his growth in compassion, responsibility, and wisdom. The dynamic between Goku and Piccolo, evolving from rivals to friends, adds an emotional depth to the series, showcasing how even the hardest hearts can be softened by love, friendship, and time. Fact 30. While Dragon Ball has become synonymous with epic battles and larger than life transformations, the series also explores more human themes, such as loss and the passage of time. One of the most poignant moments in the series occurs during the Cell Games saga, when Goku, faced with a formidable opponent in Cell, decides to sacrifice himself for the greater good. This selfless act, a moment of pure heroism, underscores the deep emotional core of Dragon Ball and highlights the importance of selflessness, even in the face of immense personal sacrifice. Fact 31. As the Dragon Ball saga progressed, it began to shift from the lighter, comedic tone of the early episodes to something much more serious and complex. The Dragon Ball Z saga, in particular, introduced darker themes, such as the loss of loved ones, the emotional toll of battle, and the weight of responsibility. These changes marked the evolution of Dragon Ball into a story not just about adventure and fun, but about growth, sacrifice, and the struggles that come with being a hero. This shift deepened the connection fans had to the characters, making their journeys more relatable. Fact 32. One of the most beloved characters in Dragon Ball is Gohan, Goku's firstborn son. From his early days as a shy, innocent child, Gohan grows into a powerful and compassionate fighter. His character arc is one of the most emotional in the series, as he wrestles with his identity as a warrior and his desire for peace. The moment when Gohan, in his Super Saiyan 2 form, defeats Cell is one of the most powerful in the series. It's a moment of triumph, not just for Gohan, but for the entire Dragon Ball family, marking the passing of the torch. Fact 33. The concept of the Z Fighters, a group of friends and allies united by their shared battles, is central to the Dragon Ball series. While Goku is the primary focus, the Z Fighters each play important roles in the story. Characters like Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and even the often underestimated Chaozu bring their own strengths to the table. These characters, though often overshadowed by Goku's power, showcase the importance of teamwork and selflessness. The Z Fighters are a testament to the idea that strength doesn't always come from one person, but from the unity of those who fight together. Fact 34. While much of the Dragon Ball franchise focuses on battles and transformations, it's also known for its humorous moments. One of the most memorable comic relief characters is the shape-shifting cat, Oolong. Oolong's antics, especially his early involvement in the Dragon Ball quest, provided a light-hearted contrast to the more serious moments in the series. Though he starts as a somewhat cowardly character, Oolong's growth and loyalty to his friends remind us that even the most unlikely heroes can play crucial roles in the story. Fact 35. Dragon Ball's appeal isn't limited to just its main story arcs. It also extends to its extensive lores and side stories. One such story is the tale of the Otherworld, which explores the afterlife in the Dragon Ball universe. In this realm, we meet King Kai, the wise and quirky ruler of the North Galaxy, and his role in training Goku for his battles beyond Earth. The Otherworld adds a layer of depth to the Dragon Ball narrative, introducing new challenges, characters, and insights into the spiritual aspects of the series. Fact 36. The introduction of Majin Buu, a creature capable of both destruction and innocence, was a turning point in the Dragon Ball Z series. Majin Buu's shape-shifting abilities, combined with his unpredictable nature, made him one of the most formidable and mysterious villains Goku and his friends ever faced. His first transformation, which reveals his childlike innocence, highlights the duality within his character. As the saga progresses, Buu's emotional complexity is explored, showing that even the most fearsome foes can possess layers of vulnerability and longing. Fact 37. The idea of alternate universes in Dragon Ball was introduced during the Dragon Ball Super series, specifically with the concept of the multiverse. In this expansive universe, there are multiple versions of characters, each with their own unique qualities. One notable example is the introduction of alternate versions of the Z Fighters, such as those from Universe 6. This new layer of complexity brings fresh dynamics to the Dragon Ball universe, exploring the idea that there is no one true reality, but an infinite number of possibilities. Fact 38. Throughout Dragon Ball, many characters are given power-ups and transformations that reflect their emotional growth. For example, Goku's progression from a simple boy with a tail to a godlike being is deeply tied to his emotional development. Each transformation, from his first Super Saiyan form to his more recent forms in Dragon Ball Super, represents a moment of profound change. These transformations are not just about raw power. They are a reflection of Goku's heart, his will, and his unyielding drive to protect the ones he loves. Fact 39. The Dragon Ball universe is known for its diverse cast of characters, and each one brings something unique to the story. One character who stands out is the proud, powerful android, 17. First introduced as one of the antagonists in the Android saga, 17's journey throughout the series is fascinating. His transformation from a villain to a hero, especially during the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, shows his growth as a character. 17's quiet strength and ability to remain calm under pressure make him one of the most intriguing and beloved characters in the series. Fact 40. One of the most enduring aspects of Dragon Ball is its ability to evolve and adapt while staying true to its core themes. Whether through new characters, storylines, or transformations, the series continues to captivate audiences worldwide. This constant evolution is what has allowed Dragon Ball to remain relevant for over 3 decades. Each new generation of fans finds something to love about the series, whether it's the heartwarming moments, the exciting battles, or the deep philosophical themes about strength, sacrifice, and friendship that run through the heart of the story. Fact 41. The Saiyan race, one of the most iconic and powerful races in the Dragon Ball universe, is steeped in both mystery and tragedy. Saiyans were once fierce warriors, known for their ruthless nature and their ability to grow stronger after every battle. However, it wasn't until the tragic destruction of their home planet, Vegeta, that the true emotional depth of the Saiyan race was revealed. Goku, despite his Saiyan heritage, never embraced the violent nature of his people. His journey became one of personal discovery, balancing his warrior instincts with his desire for peace and compassion for others. Fact 42. A unique aspect of Dragon Ball is its ability to blend humor with high stakes action. One of the most endearing elements is the show's iconic running gags, such as Goku's insatiable appetite. His constant hunger often leads to humorous situations, like when he eats entire banquet spreads without hesitation. These moments of levity balance the intense emotional and physical battles that Goku and his friends face. The humor in Dragon Ball often reminds the audience that even in a world full of epic fights and dangerous foes, there's always room for a little lightness. Fact 43. The Dragon Ball series has given rise to some of the most powerful and visually stunning transformations in anime history. One of the most memorable is Goku's Super Saiyan Blue form, introduced during the Dragon Ball Super Saga. This form combines the power of Super Saiyan God with the Super Saiyan transformation, resulting in an awe-inspiring blue aura and incredible strength. Super Saiyan Blue represents Goku's mastery over his power, symbolizing his growth and ability to control the immense energy within him. It's a transformation that encapsulates Goku's continuous journey of self-improvement and mastery. Fact 44. While Goku and Vegeta are often seen as the central characters of Dragon Ball, there are many other powerful warriors who contribute to the series' appeal. One such character is Goku's close friend and rival, Piccolo. Though initially introduced as an antagonist, Piccolo's transformation into one of the most respected Z fighters is a testament to the series' theme of redemption. Over the years, Piccolo has become a father figure to Goku's son, Gohan, and has proven to be an essential member of the team. His wisdom, strength, and loyalty make him a central figure in the Dragon Ball family. Fact 45. The Dragon Ball franchise has inspired countless video games, ranging from the classic Dragon Ball Z fighting games to more recent titles like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. These games allow players to step into the shoes of their favorite characters and relive iconic battles. One of the key reasons for the franchise's success in the gaming world is the depth of the characters and the exciting combat mechanics. Dragon Ball Z Budokai was one of the first games to introduce fans to fast paced 3D combat, while Dragon Ball FighterZ has become a modern favorite with its gorgeous visuals and smooth gameplay. Fact 46. The Dragon Ball series has not only changed the world of anime, but also made a significant impact on the broader pop culture landscape. The franchise's influence can be seen in everything from memes and references in other media to the ways it has shaped the expectations of action packed anime. Dragon Ball has inspired a generation of artists, writers, and creators to push the boundaries of what anime can achieve, encouraging them to incorporate both heart and action into their work. The series has truly transcended its origins, becoming a cultural touchstone for fans all over the world. Fact 47. One of the most enduring relationships in Dragon Ball is that between Goku and his son, Gohan. While Goku is often seen as the hero and the one pushing forward in battle, it's Gohan who demonstrates the emotional depth and maturity that many fans admire. Gohan's transformation into Super Saiyan 2 during the Cell games remains one of the most emotional moments in the series. His victory over Cell was not just a triumph of power, but a reflection of his growth as a person, showcasing the importance of family, responsibility, and personal strength. Fact 48. The Dragon Balls themselves have their own rich history. The original 7 Dragon Balls, scattered across Earth, were created by the Namekian dragon creator Kami. However, the Dragon Balls on Namek were much larger and more powerful, able to grant wishes on a grander scale. These Namekian Dragon Balls, which were first introduced during the Namek saga, became central to the storyline, as Goku and his friends raced against time to collect them before Frieza could. The significance of the Dragon Balls in the Dragon Ball universe goes beyond their ability to grant wishes. They represent the intersection of hope and desire. Fact 49. The Dragon Ball series is known for its intense battles, but one of the most emotional and touching moments occurs during the death of Goku's friend Krillin at the hands of Frieza. Krillin's death, which occurs in the middle of the fierce battle on Namek, triggers Goku's first transformation into a Super Saiyan. This moment, fueled by grief and rage, marks a turning point not only for Goku, but for the series as a whole. It is a reminder that even in a world full of strength and power, the emotional bonds between characters hold just as much significance. Fact 50. While many characters in Dragon Ball are known for their physical strength, the series also places a strong emphasis on the power of determination. Throughout the story, characters like Goku and Vegeta often face foes that seem far more powerful than they are, but it is their unyielding will to fight and protect their loved ones that allows them to overcome the odds. This theme of determination is central to the series, teaching fans that strength isn't always about raw power, but about the courage to keep going, no matter the challenges that lie ahead. Fact 51. The Dragon Ball universe is vast, and one of the most fascinating aspects of this world is the wide array of characters from all walks of life. Some are human, like Goku and his friends, while others are aliens, androids, or even gods. The diversity of the characters is part of what makes Dragon Ball so appealing. Each one brings something unique to the table, and together they form a team that's greater than the sum of its parts. Whether it's a powerful Saiyan, a brilliant scientist, or a wise Namekian, every character has a vital role to play in the story. Fact 52: one of the most striking elements of Dragon Ball is its use of the martial arts tournament as a central plot device. The World Martial Arts Tournament, which has featured some of the most intense and memorable battles in the series, is more than just an event for competition. It represents growth, strategy, and the pursuit of self improvement. The tournament format also allows for more intimate, character driven storytelling, as we see how each fighter approaches their opponents and the importance of honor and respect in martial arts. These tournaments serve as a backdrop for some of the series' most emotional moments. Fact 53: the character of Vegeta, the proud Saiyan prince, has one of the most complex and compelling arcs in Dragon Ball. Initially, he is a cold hearted villain with a burning desire for power, but as the series progresses, his character undergoes a profound transformation. Vegeta's pride is tested time and time again, and his rivalry with Goku turns into a deep, albeit reluctant, respect. His evolution from a ruthless antagonist to a protector of his family and a hero in his own right is one of the most satisfying aspects of the Dragon Ball saga, showing that even the most stubborn warriors can change. Fact 54: the Dragon Ball series introduced us to some of the most iconic battles in anime history, but it also gave us some of the most heartbreaking moments. The death of Goku's close friend Krillin at the hands of Frieza is one of the most emotionally charged moments in the entire series. Krillin's death triggers Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan, marking a turning point not just in the fight against Frieza, but in Goku's character development. It's a moment of grief, rage, and profound loss that shapes the path Goku takes for the rest of the series. Fact 55: one of the most important aspects of the Dragon Ball series is the deep bond between Goku and his friends and family. Although Goku is often seen as the ultimate fighter, he would not be the hero he is without the support of his loved ones. His relationship with his wife, Chi-Chi, his son, Gohan, and his lifelong friends like Piccolo, Krillin, and Vegeta forms the emotional backbone of the series. These relationships are often tested, but they also serve as a reminder that even in a world full of battles and enemies, love and friendship are the true sources of strength. Fact 56: the Dragon Ball franchise is known for its over the top, action packed battles, but it's also built on moments of personal introspection and growth. One such moment occurs when Goku meets his long lost brother, Raditz, at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. Raditz's arrival forces Goku to confront his past and the truth about his Saiyan heritage. It's a moment of realization for Goku as he comes to terms with the fact that he's not just an Earthling, but a member of a warrior race with a complex and violent history. This discovery adds layers of depth to Goku's character. Fact 57: the Super Saiyan transformation, one of the most iconic features of the Dragon Ball series, represents a dramatic shift in both the narrative and the characters. The first time Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan during his battle with Frieza is a turning point in the series. Not only does it showcase the immense power of the Saiyan race, but it also highlights Goku's emotional journey. His transformation is fueled by his deep grief over the loss of his friend Krillin, symbolizing how strength in Dragon Ball is often tied to the character's emotional growth and their ability to overcome personal struggles. Fact 58. The Dragon Ball franchise has had a significant impact on the anime industry, inspiring countless creators and becoming a blueprint for future anime. The series revolutionized the way action scenes were animated, blending intense battles with emotional storytelling. The famous power up moments, such as Goku's struggle to unlock his Super Saiyan form, became a staple in anime, influencing other series to adopt similar narrative techniques. The high energy battles, combined with deep character development, helped establish Dragon Ball as one of the most influential anime series of all time, shaping the future of the genre. Fact 59. One of the most intriguing aspects of Dragon Ball is its exploration of the idea of the afterlife. In the series, characters often face death, but death is not the end. The concept of the afterlife, particularly through the use of the Dragon Balls to bring people back to life, adds a spiritual layer to the story. The other world, where powerful warriors like Goku and Vegeta train to become stronger, is a unique take on the afterlife in anime. It allows for characters to continue growing even after death and serves as a reminder that the journey for self improvement is never truly over. Fact 60. In the world of Dragon Ball, many of the characters are driven by personal goals and ambitions. For some, like Goku, it's the pursuit of greater strength and the desire to protect his loved ones. For others, like Frieza, it's the quest for power and dominance. These personal desires drive the narrative of the series, as each character strives to achieve their goals. However, what sets Dragon Ball apart is that the pursuit of power is often tempered with humility, as characters are reminded that true strength lies not just in their physical abilities, but in their hearts and their willingness to change. Fact 61. The Dragon Ball franchise has always been a story about pushing limits. Goku's character, in particular, embodies this philosophy. Whether it's through mastering the Kamehameha wave or learning to control his Super Saiyan transformations, Goku's constant pursuit of self improvement serves as a central theme throughout the series. His determination to overcome every obstacle, no matter how daunting, is a powerful message for fans. It's not just about winning battles, it's about breaking personal barriers and striving to be the best version of oneself, a lesson that resonates with viewers of all ages. Fact 62. Though Dragon Ball has often been associated with its epic battles, the series also has its quieter, more introspective moments. One such moment comes during the Namek saga, when Goku and his friends are forced to confront the reality of their situation. With the destruction of Namek looming, Goku's quiet reflection on the lives lost and the journey ahead adds a layer of emotional depth to the series. These reflective moments show that even in a world full of action, there is always room for contemplation, making the characters' struggles all the more relatable. Fact 63. The introduction of the fusion technique was a groundbreaking moment in Dragon Ball Z. The concept of two characters combining their powers to form an entirely new, stronger fighter brought a fresh dynamic to the series. First introduced with the fusion of Goku and Vegeta to form Gogeta, this technique gave the Dragon Ball universe an exciting new dimension. Fusion allowed characters to temporarily set aside their rivalries and become stronger than ever before, symbolizing how teamwork and unity can amplify strength and provide a path to victory in even the most challenging circumstances. Fact 64: the Dragon Ball franchise is no stranger to revisiting its past, especially with the introduction of time travel elements it's in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Characters like Trunks and Future Trunks brought the idea of alternate timelines and the possibility of changing history into the fold. The time travel arcs, particularly the Future Trunks saga, not only added complexity to the storyline, but also explored themes of fate, destiny, and the consequences of choices. These stories often question what it means to be a hero, showing that sometimes saving the future means learning from the mistakes of the past. Fact 65: the concept of the Dragon Balls and the wishes they grant is a central part of the Dragon Ball universe. Throughout the series, the Dragon Balls have been used to resurrect fallen warriors, restore peace, and even change the course of history. However, as the series progresses, the true nature of the Dragon Balls becomes more complicated. In Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, the wishes granted by the Dragon Balls often come with unintended consequences, forcing the characters to deal with the complexities of their desires. This adds an element of caution to the power of the Dragon Balls, reminding viewers that sometimes even the most powerful magic comes with a price. Fact 66: the Dragon Ball series is known for its intense rivalries, the most notable being that between Goku and Vegeta. Their rivalry is a defining feature of the series, and it evolves over time, shifting from one of antagonism to mutual respect and camaraderie. Vegeta's prideful nature, paired with his burning desire to surpass Goku, creates a dynamic that's both competitive and deeply emotional. Over the years, their rivalry has become less about defeating each other and more about pushing each other to become stronger, with both characters growing in the process. Their bond, forged in battle, is one of the most compelling aspects of the series. Fact 67: Dragon Ball Z's introduction of the androids and the mysterious Dr. Gero added a thrilling new layer of intrigue to the series. The androids, particularly Android 17 and Android 18, were some of the most formidable foes Goku and his friends had ever faced. Dr. Gero's creation of these artificial beings and their role in the android saga brought forth themes of artificial intelligence, free will, and what it means to be human. Despite being created to destroy, the android's journey also explores the possibility of redemption as they eventually join forces with the Z Fighters to save Earth from greater threats. Fact 68: one of the most memorable aspects of Dragon Ball is the way it introduces new forms of power. Throughout the series, characters constantly unlock new abilities and transformations that push the boundaries of what's possible. The Super Saiyan God transformation, for instance, marked a major shift in the series, introducing the concept of divine power. In Dragon Ball Super, the introduction of God Ki and the Super Saiyan Blue form took this concept further, raising the stakes for Goku and his friends. These power-ups are more than just flashy visual effects. They represent the character's evolution as they strive to protect the universe. Fact 69: the Dragon Ball series also introduces the concept of multiple universes, especially in Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power arc. The idea of different universes, each with its own set of warriors, brings a whole new level of competition to the Dragon Ball universe. This arc introduces a wide variety of characters, each representing different realities and powers. The multiverse concept not only provides endless possibilities for new storylines, but also delves into the idea of infinite potential and alternate realities, expanding the Dragon Ball world beyond what was previously thought possible. Fact 70. While Dragon Ball is often associated with high stakes battles and dramatic transformations, it's also a series about the value of life. The death of characters like Krillin, Piccolo, and Goku himself throughout the series underscores the fragility of life, even in a world where warriors possess incredible power. These moments of loss and grief are tempered by the hope that comes with the Dragon Balls, which can bring people back to life. However, the series reminds viewers that life is precious and that the true strength of the characters lies not just in their physical abilities, but in their ability to cherish the lives of those they love. In 71, the Dragon Ball series is renowned not only for its action and characters, but also for its world building. The various locations within the Dragon Ball universe, from Earth to Namek, and from the other world to the Tournament of Power arena, are richly detailed and add depth to the story. Locations like Kami's Lookout, the Capsule Corporation, and even the desolate wastelands of Planet Vegeta each tell their own stories, reflecting the cultures and histories of the characters who inhabit them. These settings aren't just backdrops, they shape the characters' journeys and influence their growth. Fact 72. One of the most enduring mysteries in the Dragon Ball universe is the true origin of the Saiyan race. While much of their backstory is explored through flashbacks and brief explanations, the full history of the Saiyans, how they came to be, and why their planet was destroyed, remains somewhat shrouded in mystery. This sense of unknowns around the Saiyan race adds a layer of intrigue as fans continue to speculate and theorize about the untold chapters of their past. The tragic fate of Planet Vegeta and its people only adds to the emotional weight of the Saiyans' narrative. Fact 73. The introduction of Dragon Ball. Super's God of Destruction characters added an entirely new layer to the series. Characters like Beerus, the God of Destruction, and his angelic assistant Whis brought a divine presence into the world of Dragon Ball. These characters are powerful beyond measure, with abilities that challenge even the mightiest of fighters. Beerus, in particular, is a character whose temper and whimsical nature contrasts with his godly status. These gods not only raise the stakes for Goku and his friends, but also introduce the idea that there are beings far more powerful than even the strongest warriors. Fact 74. Dragon Ball is a series that constantly evolves, introducing new characters and concepts to keep the narrative fresh. One such concept is the idea of Ultra Instinct, a transformation that allows a fighter to act purely on instinct, without the interference of conscious thought. This form, which Goku first taps into during the Tournament of Power, represents the pinnacle of martial arts mastery. Ultra Instinct is not just a power-up, it's a state of perfect synchronization between the body and mind. The form's calm, almost serene nature contrasts with the explosive power it unleashes, making it one of Goku's most powerful forms. Fact 75. The Dragon Ball franchise has always embraced the idea of competition and rivalry, particularly through the intense battles between Goku and his foes. But it's not just about physical strength. Many of these rivalries, like that between Goku and Vegeta, are emotional and intellectual as well. Vegeta's complex feelings of pride, shame, and respect for Goku have turned their rivalry into something far deeper than just fighting. What started as hatred and competition gradually evolves into a mutual understanding. Their battles symbolize the push and pull of friendship, self improvement, and the drive to surpass one's limits. Fact 76. One of the lesser known aspects of Dragon Ball is the way it tackles the theme of legacy. Goku's journey is not just about his own growth, but also about the legacy he leaves behind for his children and the next generation of fighters. Gohan, Goten, and even Vegeta's children like Trunks and Bulla represent the continuation of the Saiyan legacy, but they also forge their own paths. This theme is particularly poignant when you consider the passing of the torch from Goku to Gohan during the Cell Saga and the continued evolution of the Z Fighters. Fact 77. The character of Frieza is one of the most iconic villains in anime history, and for good reason. His cold, calculating nature, combined with his overwhelming power, made him the ultimate threat in the Dragon Ball Z series. Frieza's ruthless actions and his destruction of planet Vegeta set the stage for Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan. Despite his sadistic personality, Frieza's character is also one of the most complex in the series, as he often reflects on his actions and is driven by his fear of being dethroned as the universe's strongest. This fear of weakness drives him to commit unspeakable acts. Fact 78. One of the most unique characters in the Dragon Ball series is Piccolo, whose story of transformation from villain to hero is one of the most compelling in the series. Piccolo's journey is not just about fighting, it's about overcoming his own insecurities and growing as a person. His relationship with Gohan is a central part of his character arc, and it's a reminder that strength doesn't come from raw power alone. Piccolo's wisdom, compassion, and willingness to sacrifice for others make him one of the most beloved characters in the Dragon Ball universe, and his growth continues to inspire fans. Fact 79. Another important aspect of Dragon Ball is its ability to incorporate diverse martial arts styles. From Goku's iconic Kamehameha wave to Vegeta's Big Bang attack, each character has their own unique fighting techniques that reflect their personalities and fighting philosophies. These signature moves often become symbols of their power and character. The techniques in Dragon Ball are more than just flashy displays of energy. They represent the internal strength and training of each fighter. The focus on martial arts in the series has made Dragon Ball one of the most influential anime when it comes to action choreography. Fact 80. The concept of the Dragon Balls, when first introduced, seemed like a simple quest to collect 7 magical orbs. However, as the series progressed, the Dragon Balls became a symbol of hope and wish fulfillment. The act of gathering the Dragon Balls is often portrayed as a race against time, where the characters are forced to make difficult decisions about how to use their wishes. Whether it's bringing loved ones back to life, restoring peace to the world, or even altering the very fabric of reality, the Dragon Balls have become a symbol of both the potential for change and the responsibility that comes with it. Fact 81. The Dragon Ball universe, known for its intense battles and action, is also built on deep personal struggles. Goku's character arc revolves around the idea of overcoming obstacles, not just through physical strength, but through his unwavering resolve to be a better person. Despite his innate desire for combat, Goku is always driven by a sense of justice, a desire to protect his friends, and a thirst for knowledge. His constant pursuit of strength is not just for personal gain, it is a reflection of his selfless nature, making him a hero in every sense of the word. Fact 82. Vegeta's relationship with his father, King Vegeta, is a critical part of his character development. While King Vegeta is often portrayed as a proud and ruthless ruler, his legacy influences Vegeta in both positive and negative ways. Vegeta's pride as the Saiyan prince initially leads him to embrace his father's ideals, but over time he begins to question them. His desire to break free from his father's shadow and surpass the limitations imposed by his royal heritage becomes a significant part of his character arc, symbolizing his journey towards self-discovery and independence. Fact 83. The Dragon Ball universe has expanded far beyond its original series, giving rise to spin-offs, movies, and merchandise that have helped solidify its place in pop culture. One of the most notable spin-offs is Dragon Ball GT, which takes place after the events of Dragon Ball Z. Although not part of the main canon, Dragon Ball GT introduced some unique concepts, such as the transformation of Goku into a child and the introduction of new, powerful enemies. It may not be universally beloved, but it represents an alternate direction for the Dragon Ball story, exploring what happens after Goku's legacy. Fact 84. Throughout the Dragon Ball series, the theme of family plays an important role in shaping the narrative. Goku's family, his wife Chi-Chi, his sons Gohan and Goten, and his adoptive father Gohan are all central to his motivations and growth. Goku's role as a father and a protector shows a more vulnerable side of his character. The series explores how the relationships between fathers and sons, like Goku and Gohan, impact the decisions they make and the legacy they leave behind. These bonds are tested by the battles they face, yet they remain a source of strength for Goku. Fact 85. The Namekians, particularly Piccolo, have always been among the most interesting races in the Dragon Ball universe. With their peaceful, wise nature and their ability to regenerate and grow stronger after death, they are a symbol of resilience. Piccolo's journey from antagonist to one of the most beloved heroes in the series is one of the most compelling arcs. His connection to the Dragon Balls, being the guardian who once created them, adds depth to his character and emphasizes the importance of duty, sacrifice, and the potential for change in even the most unlikely of beings. Fact 86. One of the most compelling features of Dragon Ball is the way it intertwines the personal growth of its characters with their combat abilities. Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan was not just a physical change, it was an emotional one. His anger, grief, and determination to protect his friends and family were the emotional catalysts for his ascension to new levels of power. This fusion of emotional growth and physical strength is what makes Dragon Ball resonate so deeply with its audience, as it speaks to the universal experience of overcoming adversity through inner strength and resilience. Fact 87. The Dragon Ball franchise has introduced fans to a wide array of villains, each with their own motivations and complexities. While characters like Frieza and Cell are often regarded as pure evil, others like Majin Buu and Broly are more layered, with their origins and reasons for their destructive actions adding depth to their characters. These villains aren't just obstacles for the heroes to overcome, They are often representations of the darker sides of human nature, power, and desire. Their interactions with the Z Fighters push the characters to confront their own limits and values. Fact 88. The concept of the Super Saiyan, which was introduced during the Frieza saga, revolutionized the Dragon Ball universe. Not only did it give Goku and his allies a powerful new form, but it also became a symbol of the untapped potential within all beings. The transformation is more than just a physical change. It represents the ability to transcend one's limitations through sheer willpower, something that resonates deeply with fans. The moment when Goku first transforms into a Super Saiyan remains one of the most iconic and emotional scenes in the entire series, marking a turning point in his journey. Fact 89. The Dragon Ball universe is full of memorable characters, but it's the relationships between them that make the series so compelling. From Goku and Vegeta's rivalry turned friendship to Piccolo's father son dynamic with Gohan, these bonds are what give the series its emotional weight. The characters' interactions reflect the themes of love, friendship, and sacrifice, which are central to the narrative. Even when the characters are battling fierce enemies, their connections to one another keep them grounded, reminding us that even in the most fantastical worlds, it is the relationships that truly define us. Fact 90. Another powerful theme in Dragon Ball is the idea of redemption. Characters like Piccolo, Vegeta, and even Frieza show that it is possible to change, grow, and find redemption no matter one's past actions. Vegeta, in particular, provides one of the most compelling examples of redemption as he evolves from a cold hearted villain to a protector of Earth and a devoted family man. This theme of personal growth and change is a central element of the series, showing that strength comes not only from physical power, but from the ability to recognize one's mistakes and seek a better path. Fact 91. The Dragon Ball universe is filled with powerful artifacts, none more iconic than the Dragon Balls themselves. These magical orbs, scattered across the Earth and the universe, serve as both a plot device and a symbol of hope. Each set of Dragon Balls can grant a single wish, which has led characters to make life-changing decisions, from resurrecting loved ones to restoring entire planets. What makes the Dragon Balls so significant isn't just their power, but the way they tie the characters' destinies together. They are reminders of the constant interplay between desire, sacrifice, and fate in the Dragon Ball world. Fact 92. The introduction of Super Saiyan Blue in Dragon Ball Super was a major turning point in the series. This transformation combines the power of Super Saiyan God with the Super Saiyan form, resulting in a power level that far surpasses anything seen before. Super Saiyan Blue is not just a visual spectacle, it represents a new level of mastery and control, showcasing Goku and Vegeta's growth as fighters. Unlike previous forms, Super Saiyan Blue also incorporates God Kai, making it a reflection of both their physical and spiritual evolution as they learn to harness divine energy in battle. Fact 93. The inclusion of the gods of destruction in Dragon Ball. Super brought an entirely new dimension to the series. These deities, including Beerus and Champa, are responsible for maintaining the balance of the universe by destroying planets that are no longer needed. They are powerful, unpredictable, and often capricious, adding a layer of unpredictability to the storyline. Their presence introduces the idea that there are cosmic forces at play, forces beyond the control of even the strongest mortals. These gods' temperaments, whims, and desires shape the events of the multiverse, expanding the scope of the Dragon Ball universe. Fact 94. The Dragon Ball franchise introduced the concept of transformations not just as a way to increase power, but as an evolution of a character's identity. For example, Goku's journey through the Super Saiyan transformations represents his growth as a fighter and as a person. Each new form symbolizes a deeper understanding of his power and his potential. These transformations also symbolize the emotional and spiritual growth of the characters, showing that their strength is not just measured by muscle, but by their ability to overcome emotional challenges, whether it's grief, fear, or the drive to protect others. Fact 95. One of the key characters in Dragon Ball Z is Trunks, the son of Vegeta and Bulma. Trunks' character is significant not only because of his powerful fighting abilities, but also because of the emotional depth he brings to the story. As a child, Trunks is initially portrayed as the son of a wealthy family, but his journey reveals his deep sense of responsibility and determination to protect the people he loves. Trunks plays a pivotal role in the Dragon Ball Z storyline, particularly with his journey to the past and the impact it has on the future. Fact 96. In Dragon Ball Z, the introduction of Cell as the series' main antagonist marked a shift in the narrative. Cell is not only powerful, but also highly intelligent, with the ability to absorb other fighters and gain their abilities. His evolution from a bioengineered monster into a perfect being introduces themes of self improvement, obsession, and the consequences of tampering with nature. Cell's arrogance and obsession with achieving perfection mirror the darker aspects of human ambition. His battles with the Z Fighters are a test of both physical and emotional strength, pushing each character to their limits. Fact 97. One of the most important themes in Dragon Ball is the concept of legacy and inheritance. Goku, for all his strength and achievements, is constantly shaping the future of his family and the entire universe. His children, particularly Gohan, are significant heirs to his legacy, not just in terms of fighting prowess, but in their emotional and moral development. Goku's legacy is built not only through his actions, but through the lessons he imparts to the next generation. This theme is especially prevalent in the relationship between Goku and his son Gohan, as Goku watches his son grow into a powerful warrior and protector in his own right. Fact 98. The Dragon Ball series often explores the idea of destiny versus free will. Many characters, such as Goku and Vegeta, are born into powerful families or races with predetermined destinies. However, Dragon Ball shows that their true path is shaped by their choices, actions, and personal growth. Goku's journey as a Saiyan, for instance, is not dictated solely by his heritage. His kindness, sense of justice, and desire to improve set him apart from the traditional warrior mentality that his race is known for. This recurring theme underscores the series' message that we are all the architects of our own fate. Fact 99. The Dragon Ball series features some of the most creative and unique villains in anime, with each one bringing a different dynamic to the show. From the ruthless Frieza to the ever-changing Majin Buu, the series' antagonists are not just powerful, they are complex and multidimensional. Their motivations range from conquest to revenge and even existential boredom, making them unpredictable and terrifying. Each villain's actions challenge the Zeph fighters in different ways, forcing them to confront not just their enemies, but also their own fears, desires, and weaknesses. These battles are as much about inner growth as they are about defeating the villain. Fact 100: Dragon Ball Z's Cell Games saga stands out for its unique structure and emotional depth. The Cell Games are a televised event where Cell challenges Earth's strongest fighters to face him in battle. While it may seem like just another tournament arc at first, the Cell Games are much more than that. The arc explores the idea of sacrifice, personal responsibility, and the bond between fathers and sons. Goku's decision to let his son Gohan fight in his place, trusting him to defeat Cell, is a pivotal moment in the series, signifying Goku's growth as a father and mentor. Fact 101: The theme of self improvement is central to Goku's character, and by extension, to Dragon Ball itself. Throughout the series, Goku is always seeking ways to get stronger, whether through intense training, fighting new opponents, or even challenging the very limits of his own powers. His quest for self improvement is not just about physical strength, but about mental and emotional growth. Goku's willingness to embrace new ideas, techniques, and even new friends showcases his open hearted nature. His evolution as a fighter mirrors his evolution as a person, making him one of the most beloved characters in anime. Fact 102: The impact of Dragon Ball on the world of anime cannot be overstated. The series has inspired countless other shows and films, creating an entire subgenre of action packed, transformation based anime. Many modern anime series owe their success to the groundwork laid by Dragon Ball, especially in terms of combat choreography, character development, and storytelling. From shows like Naruto to One Piece, the influence of Goku and his friends is evident in how later anime incorporate themes of strength, friendship, and perseverance. Dragon Ball changed the landscape of anime forever, cementing its place as a true pioneer of the genre. 103. One of the defining characteristics of Dragon Ball is its ability to balance action with humor. While the series is known for its intense battles, it never forgets to include moments of levity, often using Goku's naive nature and Vegeta's gruffness to provide comedic relief. These lighter moments offer a welcome break from the high stakes battles, reminding viewers that even the most serious warriors have their moments of vulnerability and humor. The contrast between the intense action and lighthearted moments makes Dragon Ball a truly unique series, one that can make you laugh and cry in equal measure. Fact 104: Dragon Ball has always been a series that celebrates the power of perseverance. Characters like Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo show time and time again that strength is not just a matter of innate ability, but of relentless effort and determination. Whether it's Goku training under extreme conditions or Vegeta pushing himself to surpass his limits, the series emphasizes that success is earned through hard work. This theme resonates deeply with viewers as it speaks to the universal human experience of facing adversity and continuing to fight, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Fact 105: The Dragon Ball series also explores the idea of mentorship. Goku's relationship with his mentors, especially Master Roshi, King Kai, and Whis, shows the importance of guidance in a fighter's development. Each mentor imparts their wisdom, teaching Goku not just how to fight, but also how to approach challenges with humility, patience, and an open mind. The bond between mentor and student is a powerful theme in Dragon Ball, as it shows that no one achieves greatness alone. Even the most powerful warriors need guidance, and the act of learning from others is a path to true strength. Fact 106: Goku's Saiyan heritage plays a crucial role in his character, but it's his willingness to transcend that heritage that makes him unique. While other Saiyans, like Vegeta and Goku's father, Bardock, are defined by their pride and warrior culture, Goku rises above this by embracing his own values of kindness, curiosity, and self improvement. Unlike the other Saiyans, who are driven by conquest, Goku chooses to fight for the protection of his loved ones and the universe. His character arc is about shedding the burdens of his race's past and forging a new identity based on his own ideals. Fact 107: the Dragon Ball series is also known for its epic, universe spanning storylines. The introduction of otherworldly realms and deities, that's like the Kai and the gods of destruction, adds a layer of mythological depth to the series. These divine beings, each with their own unique roles and powers, help to broaden the scope of the Dragon Ball universe. By integrating these larger than life figures into the narrative, Dragon Ball explores themes of fate, balance, and cosmic order, making the battles not just about personal power, but about maintaining the harmony of the universe itself. Fact 108: another important theme in Dragon Ball is the idea of redemption. Characters like Vegeta, Piccolo, and even the androids 17 and 18 demonstrate that even those who once stood against the Z Fighters can change for the better. Vegeta's arc, in particular, is one of the most powerful redemption stories in anime. His journey from ruthless warrior to protector of Earth highlights the idea that no one is beyond redemption. Dragon Ball teaches that no matter one's past mistakes, there is always an opportunity to change and make amends, a lesson that resonates deeply with fans. Fact 109: the Dragon Ball series is also known for its diverse and unique cast of characters. From the wise and humble Master Roshi to the proud and powerful Frieza, the series introduces a wide variety of personalities and backgrounds. This diversity is one of the things that makes Dragon Ball so compelling. It's not just about the battles, but about the relationships between characters who come from different walks of life. Whether it's the rivalry between Goku and Vegeta, or the friendship between Goku and Piccolo, these relationships are what give the series its emotional depth. Fact 110: Dragon Ball is more than just an action packed series, it's a celebration of the human spirit. Through its characters, it explores themes of courage, perseverance, and the power of friendship. The battles may be intense and the stakes may be high, but at its heart, Dragon Ball is about the relationships that form between its characters. It's about the bonds of family, the strength found in teamwork, and the ability to rise above adversity. This is why Dragon Ball has resonated with audiences around the world for decades, and why it continues to be one of the most beloved franchises in anime history. Fact 111: the Namekian Dragon Balls are a key part of the Dragon Ball Z storyline, differing from the Earth based Dragon Balls in both their power and their origin. These mystical orbs, created by the Namekians, are capable of granting 3 wishes, making them more powerful than the Earth Dragon Balls. However, the downside is that the Dragon Balls on Namek can only be used once every year, unlike the Earth Dragon Balls, which can be used every year. The Namekian Dragon Balls also summon a different dragon, Porunga, whose voice and demeanor reflect the serene and mysterious nature of Namek itself. Fact 112. The character of Gohan, Goku's eldest son, is one of the most interesting in the Dragon Ball universe. He is the only child of Goku and Chi-Chi to exhibit immense potential for greatness from a very young age. Gohan's powers were first fully realized during the fight against the Saiyan warrior, Raditz, when he unleashed a burst of energy so powerful that it stunned even Piccolo. Throughout the series, Gohan's potential is continually challenged by his own desire for peace and normalcy, which contrasts with his father's relentless pursuit of strength. Gohan's journey showcases the balance between personal desires and the responsibilities that come with immense power. Fact 113. One of the most unique features of Dragon Ball is its consistent blending of humor with high stakes action. The series has a way of making even the most intense moments feel lighthearted through its character interactions, especially with Goku's cheerful nature. His childlike innocence and genuine love for life often shine through, making even the darkest of situations feel more manageable. For example, Goku's interactions with characters like Bulma and Krillin during their early adventures are filled with humor, setting the tone for the series as a whole and giving it a sense of warmth that makes it accessible to a wide audience. Fact 114. The Dragon Ball series is often credited with introducing and popularizing many of the conventions seen in modern anime. From power scaling and transformation sequences to elaborate battle strategies, the series set a precedent that many anime that followed would incorporate into their own storytelling. Goku's journey, particularly his transformation into a Super Saiyan and beyond, set the stage for many modern anime protagonists who would later undergo similar growth arcs, adding emotional depth to their stories and making their battles feel like personal stakes. Dragon Ball paved the way for an entire genre of anime focused on battle and character progression. Fact 115. The enigmatic and powerful character of Majin Buu is one of the most dangerous and unpredictable villains in the Dragon Ball series. Unlike the cold and calculating Frieza or the scientific genius of Cell, Majin Buu's power is linked to his ability to reshape reality with his pink, gooey form. His lack of logic and his unpredictable nature make him a terrifying foe for the Z fighters. But what makes Majin Buu truly unique is the complexity behind his seemingly mindless behavior. Throughout the saga, it is revealed that he was originally a force of pure destruction, but has a surprising emotional side that humanizes him. Fact 116. The concept of fusion is central to the Dragon Ball series, and it is often used as a way for characters to combine their strengths and defeat powerful enemies. Whether through the dance of Gotenks or the Patara earrings used by Goku and Vegeta to become Vegito, fusion adds an exciting and strategic element to the story. The idea of two fighters combining their powers also emphasizes the themes of teamwork and unity, reinforcing the idea that strength is not just about individual power, but about working together to overcome insurmountable odds. Fact 117. While Goku is undoubtedly the main protagonist of Dragon Ball, Vegeta's journey is arguably one of the most compelling and relatable. Vegeta begins as a ruthless, prideful antagonist, but slowly evolves into one of the series' most heroic characters. His arc, from villain to anti-hero to a beloved Z fighter, is a reflection of the emotional complexity of the show. Vegeta's relationship with Goku is central to this transformation. What began as a fierce rivalry has blossomed into a deep, almost brotherly bond. Vegeta's struggle with his own pride and desire to surpass Goku provides him with one of the most human arcs in the series. Fact 118. The idea of training and self discipline is another important theme in Dragon Ball. Characters like Goku and Piccolo are constantly training to improve their abilities, often pushing their bodies and minds to the breaking point. This focus on training highlights the importance of hard work, perseverance, and the willingness to push past one's limitations. Training in Dragon Ball isn't just about physical strength, it's about mental resilience and the ability to adapt to new challenges. Goku's training with King Kai and his subsequent mastery of techniques like the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb show how crucial the idea of constant self improvement is to his journey. Fact 119. The Dragon Ball series has introduced fans to numerous, unforgettable battles that have become legendary in anime history. From Goku's first fight against Vegeta to his struggle against Frieza, each battle carries emotional weight and significance. These conflicts are not just about defeating an enemy, but about the characters confronting their fears, doubts, and insecurities. For example, Goku's battle with Frieza is as much about his struggle with his own emotions, anger, grief, and the desire for justice, as it is about fighting for his life. The emotional stakes of these battles are what make them resonate so deeply with viewers. Fact 120. The Dragon Ball universe is constantly evolving, with new threats, characters, and ideas being introduced over time. One of the most exciting recent developments is the inclusion of multiverse theory in Dragon Ball Super. The introduction of multiple universes and the Tournament of Power arc expanded the scale of the series significantly, introducing fans to new gods, warriors, and powerful beings from other dimensions. This concept of the multiverse that allows for endless possibilities in terms of storytelling, introducing new characters, and challenges for Goku and his friends to face. The multiverse expands the scope of Dragon Ball beyond anything previously imagined. Fact 121. The concept of power levels in Dragon Ball was first introduced during the Saiyan saga, where characters like Goku, Vegeta, and Nappa had their fighting abilities quantified through numbers. These power levels, measured using scouters, served as a way to gauge how strong an opponent was. Over time, however, the idea of power levels became less relevant in the series, as characters began to break through the limitations of measurable strength. Instead, Dragon Ball shifted to focusing on techniques, transformations, and spiritual growth, which transcended the need for numeric values, emphasizing that strength is more than just numbers. Fact 122. The dynamic between Goku and Vegeta is one of the most iconic rivalries in anime history. From their initial clash in the Saiyan saga, where Vegeta saw Goku as nothing more than an obstacle, to their eventual cooperation in fighting threats like Majin Buu and even Universe 6, their relationship is complex and ever evolving. What began as a fierce rivalry blossomed into a mutual respect and even friendship, as they both recognized that their strengths complemented one another. This evolution represents the power of personal growth and the idea that even the most intense rivalries can transform into meaningful partnerships. Fact 123. The importance of friendship and teamwork is constantly reinforced in Dragon Ball. Though Goku is often the central figure in the series, he is never alone in his battles. His friends and family, like Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, and even Krillin, are always there to support him. This theme of togetherness is particularly apparent in the Dragon Ball Z series, where the Z fighters often unite to face overwhelming threats. The concept of teamwork is a recurring one, whether it's Goku and Vegeta fusing into Vegito, or the combined strength of Goku and Gohan against Excel. The series teaches us that strength is not always about individual power, but about the bonds we share. Fact 124. The introduction of Super Saiyan 2 during the Cell Games saga was a pivotal moment in the series. This transformation, which Gohan first achieves in his battle with Cell, is a perfect example of how Dragon Ball uses character emotions to fuel its battles. Gohan's transformation into Super Saiyan 2 represents the peak of his emotional journey. His grief, anger, and sense of responsibility towards Earth and his loved ones. This level of transformation showed that true power comes from inner strength and the ability to channel deep emotions into physical force, pushing the boundaries of the Saiyan race. Fact 125. The Dragon Ball franchise has become famous for its colorful and unique cast of characters. Each character, no matter how big or small their role, has their own personality, motivations, and growth. Characters like Frieza, who began as a ruthless dictator, and Majin Buu, who was initially seen as a mindless monster, both underwent significant transformations that added layers to their stories. These character arcs demonstrate the versatility of the Dragon Ball universe, where even villains can become beloved figures, and heroes often find themselves in morally complex situations. This depth is part of what makes the series so enduring. Fact 126. While the series is most known for its epic battles, Dragon Ball also contains moments of incredible beauty and serenity. From Goku's peaceful moments with his family to the tranquility of Namek before its destruction, these quieter moments give the series emotional depth. They allow viewers to pause and reflect on the themes of love, loss, and the fleeting nature of life. Even in the heat of battle, characters often take time to reflect on their motivations and their goals. This balance between action and reflection is what gives Dragon Ball its timeless quality. It's not just about fighting, it's about what's at stake. Fact 127. Dragon Ball Z introduced the concept of fusions as a way for characters to combine their powers to face stronger enemies. This concept became one of the most iconic aspects of the series, especially with the introduction of the fusion dance and the Patara earrings. When Goku and Vegeta fused to form Vegito, or Goten and Trunks fused to become Gotenks, it was an exciting spectacle for fans. Fusion isn't just about combining power, it's about cooperation and the ability to put aside personal differences to achieve something greater than oneself, which is a powerful message in itself. Fact 128. The legendary Super Saiyan transformation was a defining moment for Goku and for Dragon Ball. Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan for the first time during his battle with Frieza was not only a turning point for the story, but also a symbol of the limitless potential of the Saiyan race. The emotional intensity of this moment, driven by the anger of losing his best friend Krillin, made Goku's transformation deeply personal. This shift in power also marked a dramatic change in the scope of Dragon Ball, introducing new layers of intensity and power levels that would define the franchise for years to come. Fact 129. The Dragon Ball universe is also known for its rich mythology. From the ancient beings like the Kais to the powerful gods that govern the universe, The series weaves together a rich tapestry of lore that expands beyond the core characters. The existence of multiple universes, as explored in Dragon Ball Super, adds another dimension to the mythology, showing how interconnected all the realms of existence truly are. These deep mythological elements, along with the ever expanding storylines, help Dragon Ball remain a dynamic and evolving universe, rich in lore and intrigue. Fact 130. Another fascinating aspect of Dragon Ball is the exploration of what makes a hero. While Goku is often seen as the quintessential hero, his character is defined by his innocence and pure hearted nature rather than traditional heroism. Goku doesn't fight because of a sense of duty or for glory. He fights because he loves a good challenge and wants to protect those he cares about. This unconventional approach to heroism sets Goku apart from many other anime protagonists. It's not just about defeating the villain, it's about the journey, the growth, and the heart behind every action, which makes Goku one of the most unique heroes in anime history. Fact 131. The concept of training in Dragon Ball is deeply ingrained in the series' themes of perseverance and self improvement. Throughout the franchise, we see characters enduring intense and often grueling training regimens to reach new levels of strength. Whether it's Goku training under Master Roshi in the early days of the series, or Goku and Vegeta pushing themselves to the limit in the hyperbolic time chamber, training is shown as a crucial path to growth. The physical and mental hardships that come with training in Dragon Ball reflect the real world idea that strength, both internal and external, is earned through dedication and hard work. Fact 132. The dynamic between Goku and his rival, Vegeta, is one of the most complex relationships in the Dragon Ball universe. From their first encounter, where Vegeta is presented as a merciless foe, to their eventual partnership and mutual respect, their evolving relationship is central to the series. Vegeta's journey from villain to hero is one of the most compelling arcs in anime. Initially driven by pride and the desire to surpass Goku, Vegeta's motivations shift over time, making him one of the most multifaceted characters in the Wu series. His evolution emphasizes the theme of personal growth and redemption. Fact 133. The Dragon Ball franchise has introduced numerous unique and memorable transformations, each one representing a different stage in the character's growth. While Goku's iconic Super Saiyan transformations are the most well known, characters like Piccolo, Gohan, and even Frieza have also undergone powerful changes that reflect their own development. These transformations are not simply about gaining strength, they represent the internal struggles and emotional journeys of the characters. For example, Goku's Super Saiyan Blue transformation is a reflection of his deepening understanding of both physical and spiritual power, showing that true strength comes from harmony within. Fact 134. The introduction of the God forms, especially Super Saiyan God, was a pivotal moment in Dragon Ball Super. Goku's ability to tap into God Ki marked a significant shift in the series, opening up new possibilities for power scaling and battles. Super Saiyan God and its subsequent evolution into Super Saiyan Blue are indicative of Goku's growth, not just as a fighter, but as someone who can tap into divine energy. The inclusion of these godlike powers also expanded the universe of Dragon Ball, introducing deities like Beerus and Whis, who played an essential role in shaping the cosmic order of the series. Fact 135. The Dragon Ball universe is known for its diversity in character designs, with each race and species contributing to the richness of the world. From the Scions and Namekians to the Earthlings and androids, each character has a unique look that reflects their culture and abilities. This diversity adds layers of depth to the series, showcasing the vast range of characters who come from different backgrounds, yet share a common goal of overcoming challenges. These differences in design and culture also serve to emphasize the idea of unity. Regardless of race or origin, the characters in Dragon Ball come together to protect their world. Fact 136. While Goku may be the protagonist, the Dragon Ball series features a strong supporting cast that plays pivotal roles in the story. Characters like Piccolo, Krillin, and Yamcha are integral to the series' narrative, providing crucial support to Goku during key battles. Piccolo's development, in particular, stands out. His journey from a villain to one of Goku's closest allies and friends highlights the power of redemption and change. These supporting characters show that Dragon Ball is about more than just Goku. It's about the bonds between friends, the importance of teamwork, and how everyone contributes to the collective effort. Fact 137. The Dragon Ball series explores the consequences of absolute power, often showcasing how those with immense strength can easily become corrupt or lose sight of their morals. Villains like Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu represent the dangers of unchecked power, using their strength to dominate others. These characters serve as cautionary tales, showing that power, when not tempered with wisdom and compassion, can lead to destruction. Even Goku, who is portrayed as the ultimate hero, must constantly balance his desire for strength with his responsibility to protect others, proving that power should always come with a sense of purpose. Fact 138. The introduction of the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super significantly expanded the Dragon Ball universe, introducing a multiverse of powerful fighters and new realms. The Tournament of Power arc showcases the concept of survival and the stakes of universal destruction as teams from different universes face off for their very existence. This tournament not only pits Goku and his friends against some of the strongest beings in existence, but also introduces viewers to a diverse range of characters and fighting styles. The arc explores themes of sacrifice, unity, and the price of victory, ultimately reinforcing the idea that strength comes with great responsibility. Fact 139. The character of Frieza is one of the most iconic villains in anime history. His sadistic nature, combined with his overwhelming strength, made him a formidable foe for the Z fighters. Frieza's role in the Dragon Ball Z series, particularly during the Namek saga, is a defining moment in the franchise. His destruction of planet Namek and his subsequent battles with Goku set the stage for many of the series' future conflicts. What makes Frieza particularly interesting, though, is his personality. He's not just a mindless villain, but a calculating and prideful creature who constantly seeks to assert his superiority over others. Fact 140. The Dragon Ball series has introduced some of the most memorable fight sequences in anime. From Goku's intense battles against powerful foes like Vegeta, Frieza, and Cell, to the multi-dimensional clashes in Dragon Ball Super, the series is known for its dynamic and exhilarating action scenes. What sets Dragon Ball apart, however, is the emotional investment that comes with each battle. The stakes in these fights are never just physical, There are always emotional undercurrents, whether it's Goku's desire to protect his loved ones or the internal struggles of his enemies. These emotional layers add depth to each battle, making them more than just spectacle. Fact 141. In Dragon Ball Z, the Namek Saga is one of the most defining story arcs, introducing a new level of intensity and stakes. Namek, a peaceful planet inhabited by the Namekians, becomes the battleground for some of the most pivotal moments in the series. The quest for the Namekian Dragon Balls, which can grant three wishes instead of just one, raises the stakes as Goku and his friends rush to find them before the tyrant Frieza can use them for his own nefarious purposes. This arc introduces Frieza, who becomes one of the most iconic villains in anime history and sets the stage for Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan. Fact 142. Frieza's transformation into his various forms during the Namek saga is a testament to his strategic mind and obsession with power. Each of his forms showcases a different aspect of his character. His first form is his most intimidating, while his second and third forms reveal more about his true capabilities. But it's his final form, where Frieza reaches his full, terrifying power, that solidifies his place as one of the most feared and hated villains in the Dragon Ball universe. His cruelty and desire for dominance are unmatched, making his eventual defeat by Goku all the more satisfying. Fact 143. The hyperbolic time chamber, first introduced in the Cell Games saga, is one of the most unique elements in the Dragon Ball universe. This special dimension allows its occupants to train for a year's worth of time, while only a single day passes in the real world. The intense gravity, extreme heat, and limited resources make it the perfect training ground for Goku and his friends, allowing them to drastically increase their power in a short amount of time. The hyperbolic time chamber symbolizes the lengths to which the characters will go to protect Earth, pushing them to their physical and mental limits. Fact 144. In Dragon Ball Super, the introduction of the multiverse brings an exciting new element to the story, with the existence of multiple universes, each possessing their own gods, fighters, and unique challenges. This concept is explored in the Tournament of Power arc, where teams from different universes battle in a high stakes competition for survival. The Tournament of Power allows Dragon Ball to expand its universe, introducing new characters and creating opportunities for epic battles on a cosmic scale. The multiverse also raises philosophical questions about the nature of existence, power, and the role of gods in the universe. Fact 145. The Super Saiyan God form, first introduced in Dragon Ball Super, represents a significant shift in the Dragon Ball universe. Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan God is not just a physical change, but a spiritual one, as it involves in tapping into godlike energy and achieving a deeper level of connection with the universe. This form represents Goku's ongoing journey of self discovery and mastery over his powers, as well as his ability to adapt and grow. The introduction of Super Saiyan God sets the stage for even more powerful transformations, making the stakes of battles even higher than before. Fact 146. One of the most emotional moments in Dragon Ball Z is the death of Goku's best friend, Krillin, at the hands of Frieza. Krillin's death triggers Goku's first transformation into a Super Saiyan, marking a turning point in the series. This moment is pivotal not only for Goku's character development, but also for the tone of the series. It shifts from a light-hearted adventure to a more serious emotional journey. Goku's grief and anger at the loss of his friend highlight the deep bonds of friendship in Dragon Ball and show the emotional stakes behind the battles. Fact 147. The relationship between Goku and his family is a central theme in Dragon Ball. Though Goku is often away training or fighting, his love for his family, especially his wife Chi-Chi and his sons Gohan and Goten, is a driving force in his character. Goku's desire to protect them is often what motivates his most intense battles. His bond with Gohan, in particular, is one of the most touching aspects of the series. Despite his own love of fighting, Goku encourages Gohan to focus on his studies and pursue a peaceful life, showing his deep care for his family's well being. Fact 148. The introduction of the androids, particularly androids 17 and 18, in the Cell Games saga, brought a new layer of complexity to the series. These bioengineered beings, created by the evil scientist Dr. Jiro, were originally intended to destroy the Z Fighters. However, as the series progresses, androids 17 and 18 evolve beyond their creator's programming, with 17 becoming a protector of Earth and 18 eventually marrying Krillin. This evolution of the androids shows that even artificial beings can experience growth, change, and redemption, adding depth to their characters and challenging the idea of absolute good and evil. Fact 149. Vegeta's transformation into a Super Saiyan for the first time is one of the most significant moments in Dragon Ball Z. After spending so much time as Goku's rival and seeking to surpass him, Vegeta's moment of transformation is both triumphant and tragic. His transformation into Super Saiyan happens as he mourns the loss of his home planet, and it's this emotional weight that gives the transformation its power. Vegeta's pride, his love for his family, and his ongoing rivalry with Goku all come to a head in this moment, making it one of the most poignant scenes in the series. Fact 150. Throughout the Dragon Ball series, the theme of transformation is not just about power-ups, it's about character development. Each transformation, from the first Super Saiyan to the latest forms introduced in Dragon Ball Super, represents a personal journey of growth, sacrifice, and overcoming inner challenges. Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan 3, for example, is a symbol of his endless drive to protect Earth, but it also highlights the physical toll that such transformations take. Similarly, Vegeta's various power-ups reflect his struggles with pride and his desire to protect his family. These transformations are about much more than strength, they are about emotional evolution. Fact 151. One of the most pivotal and unexpected elements in Dragon Ball Z is the arrival of future Trunks. Trunks, the son of Vegeta and Bulma, first appears in the series as a mysterious figure who comes from the future. His transformation into a Super Saiyan is especially powerful given the dire circumstances of his world where androids have ravaged the Earth. Future Trunks' arrival not only brings a much-needed spark of hope to the Z fighters, but also serves as a catalyst for many of the events that follow, including the fight against the androids and the eventual defeat of Cell. His journey is one of sacrifice and the desire to protect his loved ones. Fact 152. The concept of the Dragon Balls is central to the Dragon Ball universe, and it is fascinating how these magical artifacts evolve over the course of the series. Initially, the Dragon Balls serve as a plot device for Goku and his friends to wish for personal desires, like bringing people back to life. As the series progresses, however, the stakes surrounding the Dragon Balls become much higher. In Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Balls become a tool for summoning powerful dragons, like Shenron on Earth and Porunga on Namek, each granting wishes that impact the fate of entire worlds. Their presence serves as both a symbol of hope and a dangerous temptation. Fact 153: The Dragon Ball. Z Saga introduced the concept of the hyperbolic time chamber, a place away where time passes differently than in the outside world. In this chamber, one day equals 1 year, allowing the Z fighters to train intensively without wasting precious time. The chamber becomes the site of many key moments in the series, especially during the build-up to the fight against Cell. Goku and his son Gohan spend intense training hours in the chamber to reach new levels of strength. The chamber's concept of extreme isolation and time dilation resonates with the idea of sacrifice, pushing the characters to undergo both physical and mental growth in such a confined, intense environment. Fact 154: Vegeta's pride is one of the defining characteristics of his personality throughout Dragon Ball Z and beyond. His initial arrogance, fueled by his Saiyan heritage and the desire to surpass Goku, is central to his character arc. However, as Vegeta experiences more loss, growth, and understanding of his role as a husband and father, his pride evolves. His transformation from a ruthless warrior to a protector of Earth and a loving father to Trunks and Bulla showcases the power of personal change. Vegeta's pride may still drive him to challenge Goku, but it no longer defines his character in the same destructive way it once did. Fact 155: The character of Piccolo is one of the most complex and enduring figures in the Dragon Ball universe. Originally introduced as a villain, Piccolo undergoes one of the most remarkable transformations in the series, evolving into one of Goku's closest allies and a beloved father figure to Gohan. Piccolo's relationship with Goku is built on respect, with both characters recognizing each other's strengths and weaknesses. Their bond becomes especially significant during the battle against the Saiyans and later during the Cell games, where Piccolo's wisdom and calm demeanor provide a steady foundation for Goku's impulsive and passionate fighting style. Piccolo's arc emphasizes the theme of redemption and personal growth. Fact 156: The character of Frieza is one of the most iconic and memorable villains in anime history. His role in the Dragon Ball Z saga, particularly during the Namek arc, is nothing short of legendary. Frieza's sadistic nature, combined with his overwhelming power, makes him one of the most dangerous beings in the universe. But it's his cold, calculated demeanor and his twisted sense of superiority that makes him so memorable. Frieza's eventual defeat by Goku marks a turning point in the series, as it establishes Goku not just as a hero, but as a force of justice who can overcome the darkest of foes. Fact 157: The idea of superhuman strength is central to Dragon Ball, and the series frequently explores what happens when characters push their bodies and minds to the absolute limit. Goku's transformation into a Super Saiyan, for example, is not just a result of his training. It is a manifestation of his intense emotional drive and his ability to overcome impossible odds. Similarly, characters like Vegeta and Piccolo train relentlessly to keep up with Goku, and often the pursuit of greater strength becomes a driving force in their lives. The series suggests that true strength comes from more than just physical might. It's about resilience, determination, and the courage to keep fighting no matter the cost. Fact 158. The Dragon Ball series is rich with visual spectacle, and one of the most breathtaking moments is when characters unleash their signature techniques. From Goku's powerful Kamehameha wave to Vegeta's final flash, these energy attacks are not only a demonstration of strength, but also an artistic representation of the character's emotions and resolve. Each attack is an expression of the character's willpower, and the animation behind these moments often adds a sense of grandeur and intensity that makes them unforgettable. These techniques are also symbolic of the inner struggle each character faces, whether it's Goku's constant desire to grow stronger or Vegeta's drive to protect those he loves. Fact 159. The Dragon Ball universe is expansive, and throughout the series, we meet a variety of unique creatures and beings, many of which have become fan favorites. Characters like the talking cat Oolong, the shape-shifting Yamcha, and the robotic android 16 all contribute to the colorful tapestry of the world. One of the most iconic creatures in the series, of course, is Shenron, the dragon who grants wishes when the Dragon Balls are collected. Shenron's majestic, serpent like appearance and his ability to grant wishes are part of what makes the Dragon Ball universe feel magical and alive, filled with creatures and beings that exist in harmony with the heroes and villains. Fact 160. The theme of family is deeply woven throughout Dragon Ball, and it plays a pivotal role in the motivations of many characters. Goku's relationship with his sons Gohan and Goten, as well as his bond with his wife Chi-Chi, shapes much of his journey. While Goku is often consumed by his desire to grow stronger and protect Earth, his family remains the core of his emotional drive. Vegeta's transformation into a loving father and husband is also central to his character's development. These familial ties serve as both a source of strength and vulnerability for the characters, demonstrating the importance of love, sacrifice, and protection in the face of great power. As we approach the end of our journey through the vast and vibrant world of Dragon Ball, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. The adventures of Goku and his friends, their triumphs, their struggles, and their growth have captivated generations, and it's been a pleasure to explore these moments with you. May the lessons of strength, friendship, and perseverance stay with you as you drift off into a peaceful sleep, and may your dreams carry you through worlds of adventure and light. Thank you for joining me, dear friend. May your night be restful and your heart find peace. Good night.